Say yes to new beginnings.
Yes.
Say yes to new beginnings.
Yes.
Say yes to.
All right. So based on all that you have seen, the experience, that you've gathered or garnered, moving from one place to another, trying to project and spread the gospel of Nollywood. How do you think we can make Nollywood better?
So I think we need to build structures. The problem of Nollywood is not the problem of storytelling. We are great storytellers. I don't think our problem is financing films, because we have people who are capable of financing films in Nigeria. You must also remember that a few years ago, when Yewande Sadiku gathered a consortium to raise monies to make half of the Yellow Sun, those monies were brought in by people like Dangote, and people you would not even imagine would want to invest in film. But some of those people invested in film. So, Mo Abudu, Bolanle Austin Peters, Kunle Afolayan, a lot of, the people who are recreating new experiences for Nollywood have been able to get funding from sources that usually you might think corporate Nigeria do not invest in film. So it means that we have potentials in the sector that can invest in the Nigerian film industry. So financing is not a problem. Now, technical knowledge is also not a problem, because these days we're able to fund we're able to fund the acquisition of world-class equipment. We're able to fund the training of our technical people. We have some of the most experienced technical people on the continent. So that is not our problem. The problem we have with Nollywood is creating a structure that can help distribute these films that we make. Because whatever we celebrate, $1 million in box office, or 1 billion naira in box office from Nigerian films, it's nothing compared to what we can actually make if we truly globalize Nollywood. Now, globalizing Nollywood means that we need to come together, build a structure that can expand the existing structures that we have. We need more cinemas to be built in Nigeria beyond the efforts of Film One and the other people who have built screens across Nigeria. But we do not have enough screens, to feed the audiences that we have existing in Nigeria. Nigeria is the biggest market on the continent. More films are made in Nigeria. It means that we're able to feed more people than other countries across the continent. But you also realize that we do not have a huge market outside Nigeria. And mind you, the star structure system of Nollywood is the biggest on the continent. It means that there's no actor on the continent like RMD. There's no actor on the continent like Peter Doche. There's no actor on the continent like Aki and Popo and the rest of them. There are no actors on the continent like all those people. And then when you try to remake those actors, and you try to say, okay, there's Van Vika, there's Juliet Ibrahim, there's Majid Mykel, and the rest of them from Ghana. You realize that these are people who came out of of what Nollywood created. Nollywood made these people. If you go to Cameroon, some of the lead actors in Cameroon are struggling to come to Nigeria because Nigeria is the big market. South Africa, as structured and organized as South Africa is, you may not be able to mention 5-star actors from South Africa, but a South African can mention 20-star actors from Nigeria. So it means that we have assets that we've not taken advantage of. So our asset becomes the economy that we need to push out of Nigeria to help sell the brand Nollywood. We also need to see Nollywood as a product that should make money. It's not a fun platform. It's not where people gather to exchange pleasantries or enjoy themselves. Nollywood is a brand like Coca-Cola, like Access Bank, like all this. It's a brand that we need to treat properly as a brand. And in treating it as a brand, we need to follow the business model that would help us grow. some people like Kunle Afolayan, like I said, have a business model that works for them. But the Kunle Afolayan business model may not work for a Zigzulu or Kafo. It may not work for a Zeb Ejiro. It may not work for me because these are designed, specifically to fit the style of their presentation. So for me, we must understand what we're selling as Nollywood, like what I'm doing. I have created a brand out of Nollywood, and my brand is succeeding because Nollywood itself is a brand. If Nollywood did not exist, my brand would not succeed. But so the totality of the brand Nollywood needs to be treated right. The guilds need to come out and be put in proper structures. We do not have a guild system that can challenge government and implement policies or help implement policies. We do not have guild systems that can push the actor, push the producer, push directors, and ensure they succeed. The Actors Guild of Nigeria are doing well. I'm impressed with the efforts they're making so far. But what about my guild, the Producers Guild of Nigeria? What about Directors Guild of Nigeria? What about the other guilds, put together? What efforts have they made to create a total transformation for Nollywood so that producers succeed? We hear cases of producers, going bankrupt after, a few years. Producers whose works should make them rich. They should receive royalties from their works. Producers should receive gratuity eventually from their work. So I don't know what efforts we're going to put in place, and I'm worried. But once we put a proper structure for Nollywood, everybody will succeed. The actors will succeed, producers will succeed, writers will succeed. In South Africa, a friend of mine made a movie, and she told me she paid the writer of the movie almost $10,000. How many writers in Nigeria earn 8 million naira, 7 million naira, 5 million naira for one film production? How many directors would make 2 films in a year and they're okay? How many actors will make 1 film in a year and is okay? We think the actors are earning a lot because you pay some actors 5 million naira. 5 million naira is just a bit over $6,000. Am I correct? So when you compare $6,000, to what actors in America and actors in several countries that we look up to earn, then it's peanuts. So until we begin to build a proper understanding around our film industry, build a proper structure, we will keep going around the Nollywood narrative without even growing the industry.